Hey guys, what's up? My name is Katelynn. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to show you and explain to you how to use tapping EFT emotional freedom technique for manifesting and achieving your goals, and I am so excited. So, if you have no idea what tapping is, you may have seen people tap on their faces and you're like, what is that? That looks really silly. So essentially, you tap on various parts of your body and you work through your emotions. And this is important, but I'm going to show you the points real quick. So the side of the hand is a setup point. Usually when I lead tapping sessions, I'll start here for a long time, and then we'll kind of get really in tune with the issue we're working with. And then after that, I like to start at the top of the head, and then center of your eyebrows, side of the eye, under the nose, under the mouth. And I might do this or this, either way it's the same thing. And then your collarbones, and then underneath your armpit. You can use either hand, it doesn't matter. And then your two wrists together, and I'll usually do that in a loop. And while we're tapping, we are working through our emotions. So it's like, oh, even though I'm so far away from my goal, I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself anyways. So we'll usually say statements like that. In tapping, we're looking at sometimes the negative, just to acknowledge that the negativity is there. And oftentimes when you say it out loud, oh my gosh, I have this fear of public speaking. What if people throw tomatoes at me? And then it's like, oh, well, that's really silly. Who throws tomatoes anyways? That's not even a thing. So even though I have this fear, I love, honor, and accept myself anyways. And I'd rather be a pro at public speaking. I am a badass, I can do this. So in tapping, you look at the negative, acknowledge it, kind of debunk it. Oh my gosh, this is such a silly fear, and I forgive myself anyways, and I'd rather feel this way. And here's how I want to feel. Here's how it's going to be. And then you come out of the tapping session feeling on top of the world, or feeling more calm, or whatever, just feeling better in general, depending on what your goal of the tapping session is. So I want to give a little backstory on my journey with tapping. I discovered tapping in 2020, and I had a horrible childhood, and usually between ages 0 and 7, that is where your beliefs about yourself and the world get programmed into your brain, because you're just a little sponge absorbing everything. And when you have all of these beliefs, for me, it was oh, I really had low self-esteem, and then it's oh, I'm unworthy, I'm worthless, I suck, I'm a loser, no one likes me, I don't even like myself, I want to be invisible. Those are a lot of the beliefs that I've personally worked through. And when you're holding on to all those beliefs, and when you don't believe you deserve good things, it's going to be really hard to manifest what you want and to achieve really massive goals. Because it's oh, well, I'm a loser, so what's the point? So then we desire all these things, but we don't believe we can have them. So then we're not going to go out and go get them. How can you use tapping to manifest what you want or to work towards your massive goals? And what it comes down to is, so if you have a goal of manifesting money, let's say you want to manifest $500. Do you believe that is possible? And if you don't believe $500 can just show up into your life, then you might have some work to do around why you don't think that's possible. What do you often say to yourself? Oh, money's hard, there's not enough, all this lack, all this fear and negative energy towards money. You're going to be repelling money. You're not going to be able to manifest the money that you're looking for. But also, it helps to look at your identity. Do you identify as someone who can easily manifest money? Someone who is lucky? Someone who gets what she wants? Do you identify as that person? So if you look at your identity, and if you look at all the reasons why you think you can't have it or your manifestation isn't possible, with that information, you can craft a tapping session for yourself. And tapping with other people is super great, but it's not specific to you and your problems and your issues and your beliefs and your goals. So tapping to YouTube videos on the internet is a great place to start, but it's not specific to you. So if you want to get even better, greater results, then you can tap with yourself. So for the manifesting of $500, you could just be even though I have no idea how I'm going to manifest this money, I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself anyways. Even though I don't even believe that it's possible, I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And you can kind of like go through like your beliefs of like, I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't believe it's even possible. Like, who am I to receive this money? Who's going to give it to me? Like, kind of work through these beliefs. Or just even not working through them yet, but just acknowledging them. And then once you really tune into the issue, then you can start on the top of the head and be like, you know, $500 is such a lot of money and I don't know how, but maybe I am open to possibilities, like being open to changing, being open to becoming someone who maybe good things happen for her, who is worthy and deserving of good things, worthy and deserving of more money, worthy of being paid for my services. Maybe there's things I can do to make this money. It doesn't have to be a random check in the mail, but I'm open to that too. And just like tapping on the points while working through like being open to possibilities, being open to receiving your manifestation. And the thing is that we don't have to know the how. If we desire something, it's because it's meant for us. But oftentimes we block it by saying, oh, well, I'm unworthy and I don't know how, and who cares? But so by utilizing tapping, you can be like, okay, well, you know, this money was made for me. I'm meant for it. And I love, honor, and accept myself as I am. And maybe here's the action steps I'm going to take. Maybe I'm just going to relax and not force this thing to happen. And I know that it's already mine and I'm worthy and deserving of it. Like that's how, I mean, that's an example for money. Another example for like a goal, if your goal is to get fit, there's tons of actions you can take. So you can drink more water, eat cleaner, and get a gym membership and buy workout clothes. Those are great. But if you don't change your identity to believing you are a fit person, it's going to be really hard to stick to your goal. So how do you change your identity? By tapping. So if you start on the side of the hand, you can be like, even though for the longest time I haven't been a fit person, I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself anyways. Even though in the past I have viewed myself as lazy, I love, honor, and forgive myself. Even though for a really long time I drank Red Bull and not enough water, I love, honor, and forgive myself. Then you can be like, I'm ready for change. I'm tired of feeling X, Y, and Z. I'm ready to be more healthy. I'm ready to be more fit. And I can be a fit person. Like, I deserve to be a fit person. And these are the actions I'm going to take. And like, this is how I'm going to be from here on out. And it might take more than one tapping session, but like over time, you're literally, with tapping, you're rewiring your brain. You're rewiring your brain to being someone who receives money, receives their manifestations, rewiring your brain to be a fit person. That's how you can use tapping to achieve your goals or manifest what you want. But you have to be willing to look at the beliefs and emotions and identities you currently have, so that way you can shift them into the beliefs, identities, and habits that you want to have instead. Oftentimes we think we can just buy workout clothes and gym membership, problem solved, we're gonna go to the gym every day. But after 3 days and the gym's full and you can't use the machine you wanna use, you're like, oh, screw it, I'm just gonna go home and eat potato chips, you know? If you don't change your identity, it takes willpower, and willpower isn't sustainable. Whatever your goal is, whatever you're trying to manifest, if you become someone who already has that thing, if you want a successful business, a like 6-figure business, then you need to identify as a 6-figure business owner. And what would the 6-figure business owner, what would that person believe? What would they do? What are their habits? Who are they? And can you start embodying that version of yourself? You could also like visualize like, okay, here is how I want to be in 1 year from now. I want to do this and this and this and this, and then how can I start acting as that person? So as you're tapping, it's like you can like really collapse time by being like, what if I already did this thing? What if I let go of all these fears? What if I was able to do X, Y, and Z? And after this tapping session, I'm gonna go take action and kick ass now. So, and it's really just like, have fun with it. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm forcing myself to tap and this is so stupid. Although if you feel that way, if you feel like tapping's stupid, you can acknowledge that too. Even though I feel like tapping is really silly and I look stupid and people would laugh at me if they saw me, I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself anyways. There you have it. I hope that was helpful. You really just, to craft your own tapping session for yourself. It's like, here's where I'm at. And here's where I want to go. And I hope that that's super helpful. And if you are very confused or don't know how tapping works, like go follow along some of my videos or Brad Yates or Gala Darling or pitbull mindset. There's tons of people on YouTube that do tapping that would be very helpful, that could lead you through a session, and everyone does it a little bit differently. You really can't do it wrong. You could literally just tap on your heart. Even though I feel this way, even though I have this habit, I deeply and completely love, honor, and forgive myself anyways. And that's like the statement I always try to go back to, is like, even though XYZ, I love, honor, and accept myself, forgive myself. Anyways, there you have it. Thank you for watching. I hope this was super helpful. And let me know what you're working on, what you're manifesting, what your goals are. Tap that shit out. And I believe in you. So thanks for being here, and I'll catch you next time. Okay, bye.